Good morning. Happy Tuesday, Taco Tuesday to everyone. Go out and support your favorite taco truck. Um, this is Mornings with Michael for information and educational purposes only. I have some of the news items here. The 6-month outlook survey came back today, and it does not look good. People are not happy, and that, along with Moody's downgrading a number of banks, has got the stock market in reverse pattern. Let's take a look at some of the news. Consumer ACV auctions, ACVA, Q2 EPS loss 10 cents versus estimate of 14-cent loss. Beyond Meat, BYND, Q2 revenues 102.1 million versus estimate of 108.4 million. So they missed by quite a bit. Car Gurus, CARG, said it will issue a press release reporting financial results for the second quarter ended July 30th after the close of the market on August 9th, 2023. On August 3rd, they said they postponed their second quarter results. Chegg, CHGG, shares jumped 25% as Q2 adjusted EPS 28 cents versus estimate of 29 cents. Go figure. They did sell off after jumping. International Flowers, IFF, Q2 adjusted EPS 86 cents versus $1.10. Another big miss. JELD-WEN, JELD, Q2 EPS 44 cents versus estimate 33 cents. Lucid Group, LCID, Q2 EPS a loss of 40 cents versus estimate of 33 cents. Number of big losers today. Beacon Roofing Supply, BECN, said it offers 5 million shares of stock. Energy, Contera Energy, CPRA, Q2 adjusted EPS 39 cents versus estimate 34 cents. Oniok, OKE, Q2 EPS $1.04, beats consensus $1.02. Financials, Moody's downgrades, as I mentioned earlier, the credit ratings on 10 small and mid-sized banks and placed some of the large U.S. banks on review for downgrades, including STT, BK, and TRS. Higher funding costs, potential regulatory capital weaknesses, and rising risks tied to commercial real estate loans and weakening demand for office space are among the strains prompting the review. Healthcare, Eli Lilly, LLY, Q2 EPS, $8.31 billion versus estimate 7.58 billion. So they beat. Their EPS came in at $2.11 a share versus estimate of $1.98. Novo Nordisk is roaring today, jumped quite a bit. NVO shares rose more than 10% after the company said obesity treatment semaglutide, marketed as Wegovy, met its main goal in the trial, evaluating its ability to reduce cardiovascular events and not just help with weight loss. Eli Lilly shares rose in reaction as it is also testing its drug Mounjaro, originally approved as a diabetes treatment in obese and overweight patients who don't have type 2 diabetes. Acortus Therapeutics, ARCT, Q2 EPS $1.98 loss on revenues of 9.565 million versus estimate of 48.5 million. Well, that's a pretty big loss. Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals, ARWR, Q3 EPS 96 cents loss versus estimate of a 65-cent loss. Go DCGO quarter two EPS loss 2 cents versus estimate of 3-cent profit. Him and Hers Health, HIMS, quarter two EPS loss 3 cents versus estimate loss of 5 cents. ICU Medical, ICUI, quarter two adjusted EPS $1.88 versus estimate of $1.60. Sabra Healthcare, SBRA, quarter two FFO 33 cents versus estimate of 34 cents. Shockwave Medical, SWAV, quarter two EPS 79 cents versus estimate of 86 cents. Another big loser. UPS. Shares fall 5% after reports quarter two adjusted EPS 254 versus 250 on weaker revenues. The revenues came in below consensus. AECOM ACM quarter three adjusted EPS 94 cents versus 94-cent estimate. Cabot Corp. CBT quarter three adjusted EPS $1.42 versus estimate of $1.55. Another loser. Celanese CE quarter two adjusted EPS $2.17 versus $2.48. Electric vehicle company Proterra PTRA shares fall over 60% after saying it voluntarily filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in Delaware Monday to strengthen its financial position. Technology, Media, and Telecom, Alter X, AYX, quarter two adjusted EPS 37 cents versus estimate 67 cents. Five9, FIVN, shares slip after quarter three revenue guidance light despite it beating quarter two. EPS 52 cents versus estimate 39 cents. Maravai Life Science, MRVI, quarter two EPS 5 cents versus 5-cent loss versus estimate of 1 cent profit. Paramount, PARA, quarter two revenues 7.62 billion, tops the 7.43 billion estimate. And a rebound in its advertising business is announced as KKR to buy Simon & Schuster from Paramount Global for $1.62 billion. Palantir, PLTR, quarter two adjusted EPS 5 cents versus estimate 5 cents. Ring Central, RNG, quarter two EPS 83 cents versus 75 cents. Skyworks, SWKS, quarter three adjusted EPS $1.73 versus estimate $1.70. And finally, Teradata Corp, TDC, quarter two adjusted EPS 48 cents versus estimate. And there was an announcement of a merger this morning. Pull it up. The TV, I cannot quite find it, but I believe EchoStar and not DirecTV, but the other satellite TV provider are teaming up. I find the news on it, I'll share it with everyone. And let's go to our heat map or our chill map as it looks like today. I neglected to share that with you. All red today with except for Lilly, Amgen, and Duke Power. Everything else looks pretty loserville. So that's a look at the news there. We'll stop the share. We'll go to our screens. A couple of issues that I think may take off with the oil prices rising. TNK had a big sell-off here. Tried to have a double bottom, didn't quite work out. And now we got a larger cup base. We'll see if it develops a handle. Their earnings were up 476%, 2.23% earnings surprise. And INSW. The other issue, sold off slightly. Their earnings are tomorrow. And we'll see if they can improve upon their current position. It also is trending a cup base here. So let's go to our dollar. Dollar is gapping up. So it moved up yesterday, which hurt gold and silver. And I'm sure this gap up doesn't do it any good. So let's take a look at what gold is doing. It's gapping down. And silver gapped down yesterday and is gapping down again today. Not good for silver. Take a look at Treasury yields. They sold off earlier. They're trying to bounce back. They're up to their 10-day moving average. And similar action on the 20-year yield as well. The NASDAQ is selling off. It's trying to bounce off of its 50-day moving average. Got a little stretch from the averages and is now pulling back. We'll see if it gets support there and people start buying again. Our S&P 500 gapping down today. Take a look at the VIX. VIX has a pretty strong move here. Sold off yesterday, and now all of that action is being replaced with a big move up. So that's why the S&P 500 is down. The Dow Jones is bouncing off of its 20-day moving average. But as we looked yesterday, this shouldn't excite anybody. It's basically gone nowhere in over 6 months. IWM, which is very similar to Dow Jones, hasn't accomplished hardly anything in all of this time. Communications. Communications doesn't want. Finally, it's coming back. It's holding pretty strong on the 10-day. Have to give that. Look at energy, bouncing back. It sold off to its on the news of discomfort with the next 6 months for the economy, bouncing off of the 200-day moving average. And actually, the oil and gas explorers are positive. Look at our semiconductors. pulling back significantly with a gap down to its 50-day moving average. Metals and mining sold off, but it's bouncing off of its 50-day moving average. Building materials gapping down. And HB bouncing off of their 20-day moving average. Home builders, which is positive. Take a look at our technology is falling as well. And let's take a look at software. I would imagine it's doing similar. Almost looks like a brother of Trump. And let's look at industrials. Remaining pretty strong there. So United Rentals broke out yesterday, sold off today, and it's trying to bounce back to the levels it broke out at. This is something to keep an eye on. Pull up what is moving in the market. Market opened up the day down 1.32%, and it is recovering. It's only down about 1.09 on the NASDAQ. Here's a stock that we had looked at last week on the drug news, on the news that we talked at the top of the show. It's got a big bounce, up 16% today. Tidewater, money continues to roll in. Look at all these buying bars. Pretty strong. It sold off and a number of buyers stepped in. Intercontinental Hotels up, earnings are up 50%, 114% earnings surprise, and people are buying that. Consolidated Energy, look at that move. Huge volume, expected to grow 69%, 96% composite rating. Their earnings per share is 79, and look at the breakout in the S&P relative strength line. That is just incredible. As I said, industrials and oil is where the professional money managers seem to be putting their money now. Crane, NXT, Payment Solutions, their earnings came in at a 30% increase and a 23% earnings surprise. And our final positive note today, Hubble is trying to bounce back after a big sell-off. See where the money is flowing out of. Safehold, Real Estate Investment Trust, it's gapping down nearly 10%. AYX, which was in the news. Self-service data analytics. We got a 20% gap down here. Negative earnings surprise of 39.25%. Datadog, which was looking positive, but the earnings tell a different story. It's down about 18%. earnings came in at a positive 50%. A 51% earnings surprise wasn't good enough. And what? There's a couple of other high flyers. Double Verify continues to sell off after their earnings report. And in the building materials, Technoglass is down 10.69%. But the earlier selling should have forewarned you before you even got to here. Look at the volume bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-1. And their earnings came in strong, but people were looking for a lot stronger. And that's going to be our report for today. We don't have an educational session today. We did look a little bit about the cup handles and volume, but we'll get an educational topic going here pretty soon this week. And we appreciate your attention. Hope everybody has a great day. Keep up your goals and activities. And remember, Mornings with Michael is brought to you for information and educational purposes with sometimes some entertainment. Have a great day.